Wow, what a terrible week for our special relationship, as quoted by Keir Starmer. The United States is our closest ally, and we're doing everything in our power, or Labour are doing everything in their power to distance that relationship with the United States. You can see where Keir Starmer's loyalties currently lie. They certainly lie with European courts of human rights over our relationship with the United States. First, the whole BBC scandal, of course, blowing up, and now the UK have suspended sharing intelligence to the United States. As always, guys, we are going to be breaking down this story, getting a ton of reaction, but a lot of people aren't happy. As always, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more. And if you haven't already followed my Instagram, please do. It's DanPWD. So first things first, let's get into this video. As you can see, this is being reported by CNN first. Sorry, I don't usually like posting left-wing media sites on my channel. However, I have got no other choice because this is their exclusive. Have a watch.
A breaking news exclusive now coming into the Situation Room. Watch this. The United Kingdom is suspending, listen to this, suspending some of its intelligence sharing with the U.S. because of the Trump administration's strikes against alleged drug boats in the Caribbean.
We are joined now by senior White House reporter Kevin Liptak and CNN national security correspondent Natasha Bertrand. Natasha, to you first with this exclusive reporting. I mean, this is a big deal. The UK is arguably the closest ally to the United States when it comes to intelligence sharing. What else do we know?
Yeah, Pam, it's a really significant rupture here. Essentially, what we're learning is that the UK is no longer sharing intelligence with the US about these suspected drug trafficking vessels in the Caribbean because it does not want to be complicit in the US military's strikes on these drug vessels and believes fundamentally that the US military's use of force against these vessels violates international law, according to multiple sources that we spoke to. Now, previously, the UK had been happy to help the United States locate and interdict vessels that were transiting the Caribbean that appeared to be trafficking drugs. But the key difference, of course, is that it was helping the Coast Guard intercept those vessels, arrest those on board, seize the drugs, and allowing these individuals to have some semblance of due process. But now the U.S., of course, has started striking these boats unilaterally with military force, killing everyone on board. The total now for number of people killed is around 76. And we're told that the UK is deeply uncomfortable with that, and they believe that it is pretty blatantly illegal. Now, it is unclear exactly how long this intelligence sharing suspension is going to last, but we're told that it has been going on for well over a month now, essentially since the US began its bombing campaign, and it really underscores the continued questions surrounding the legality of this U.S. military campaign, which, of course, the U.S. government, the Trump administration, has insisted is part of an armed conflict that it is waging against cartel members and criminal organizations. But much of the international community, as well as legal experts inside the U.S., do not see it that way.
So, I mean, that's from their left-wing perspective. But the way I look at it here is that the United States are entitled to defend their borders. What they're having here from Venezuela is them, of course, importing narcotics. And what they do have there is a deterrent. And if you're seeing a boat get bombed and people dying, then you stop doing it. It's a deterrent. If they then choose to go over there and carry on importing drugs into there, then that's the consequences that they would face. Now, no one has a problem with Indonesia, Singapore. If you import drugs into those countries and smuggle drugs into those countries, those are punishable by death. So, of course, you bring in, smuggle any kind of narcotics into those countries, particularly in sort of Southeast Asia, you will find yourself on death row. And search it up yourself. There's actually British people, there's been Australian people in Indonesia that have smuggled drugs into the country and have been shot by firing squad due to it, because that's the law of the land. That's their deterrent, and it's very, very effective in these countries. It stops people, it makes people think twice, oh, I'm not going to do this. Now, smuggling mass amounts of drugs into the United States is killing millions or thousands of Americans every single year. It's destroying families, and of course is again, profiting a corrupt government out there in Venezuela. America have every right to defend its borders and protect its citizens in by whatever way they seem fit. And this is, under the sort of Trump administration, is a legal way. And they are, of course, waging a war on cartels, which is a obvious threat to the United States. Now, here's Starmer. You can see where his loyalties lie. They simply lie with foreign courts. European Convention. This is the problem of having liberal leaders. He is destroying, he is nuking our relationship with the United States. I said at the start, BBC scandal, yes, then this, but also the Chagos Islands as well. We gave away our strategic base and gave it to Mauritius, an ally of China, which is also a massive middle finger to the United States. What is Keir trying to do? He is single-handedly destroying our relationship with the United States. It's quite obvious to see, and quite frankly, I am ashamed of this country, or our country, of course, but the people that are in power in this country. Liberal governments are very, very, very dangerous, and we should be standing by President Trump. He's a peacemaker. He's a guy that gets things done and understands what a border is. Keir, on the other hand, doesn't. Now, more on this, of course, as well, is that, as you can see, it's starting to get to the sort of the rags in the UK now. Downing Street has not denied the reporting by CNN that the UK is withholding intelligence to its ally to avoid being complicit in US military strikes it believes may breach the international law. Britain has long assisted the US, as we know, but of course, they have said no comment. We probably will get an announcement from them very, very soon. But quite frankly, look, this is what the reaction here is at this moment in time on social media. A lot of people don't like it from the UK side of things. The UK suspended some intelligence sharing. One of the specific issues doesn't apply to intelligence sharing generally, and the UK does not share on wider issues. Yeah, I suppose that could be a decent point there as well. But my goodness me, it doesn't look like a good headline at all. One odd thing to do after the apocalyptic meltdowns by Shill in the UK over comments regarding the obvious hack job of propaganda by the BBC. It's almost as if all of that is connected. Hey Labour Brits, hey Democrats, you seeing this? International manipulation by state-funded media caused 1 out of 5 of the Five Eyes intelligence apparatus to cut off. UK suspended intelligence sharing with the US. UK concerned over legality of US military strikes on boats. It's a damaged relationship, all courtesy of this Labour government. We know where we're going. Keir's loyalty lies with European courts. It also lies with the sort of EU. But people will be surprised by this. But we've been saying for a very, very long time that Keir has got one agenda and one agenda only. He wants to bring us closer to Europe. This is why we've got no borders in our country at this moment in time, because he is simply a puppet master of those sort of courts. And quite frankly, it's a very, very sad state of affairs on how we are damaging and destroying our relationship with, because the thing is, we will need them before they'll ever need us, you know. I hate to say it, but we've had our era, you know. The UK has fallen drastically. America is the biggest, and quite frankly, I was so proud. I am proud of that relationship that we have. And if there's any US people tuning in, guys, let's just say this now, that the vast majority in our country like President Trump. They like the relationship with the United States, and this isn't speaking of us. You know, we would support the United States in everything. Well, I absolutely do anyway. I'm a big supporter of Trump. I think he's done so much. And I'm with him on this sort of thing with the Venezuelan stuff, you know. He's already shown that it's a deterrent, and that should act to stop people. No one's telling them to come over again and again and again. The country is putting a deterrent. They're defending their borders, and they're not listening to that deterrent. They're continuously going when they know what the consequence is. What can you do? People are too stupid to live by the looks of things. You know, like, again, try and smuggle something into Singapore. Right? Before you get onto the flight, they will tell you that smuggling drugs into their country is punishable by death. If you choose to do that when you know a deterrent is there, then you, my friend, are an absolute idiot. Guys, do let me know your thoughts on this. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Take care. Peace.